Welcome to Off the Record with Sharon Stewart, featuring the best in local rock and the stories behind the sound. Let's go off the record.
Welcome to the podcast where we dive into the music, the stories, and the creative chaos behind the songs. Today, I'm hanging out with a band whose name is as unforgettable as their sound, Cabin Full of Bears. They just dropped their debut album, Low Frequency Anxiety, and we're talking about everything from dreamy songwriting and unexpected band members to what it's like bringing family into the fold and playing shows that might leave claw marks. And be sure to stay till the end because we're going to throw down one of their songs. Let's go off the record with Cabin Full of Bears. First thing I want to know, of course, Cabin Full of Bears. Did somebody get mauled or what? Was there actually a cabin involved?
There was, yeah. Some of us who played lived in Pittsburgh and moved back up here, and we had a cabin at our disposal and said, hey, why don't we have a cabin weekend and just start recording some music? And we did that, recorded one song that was, was a really good song. And we said, let's keep playing. Our one buddy still lived in Pittsburgh, and we had a different name at the time. We were under the name The Crooked, and we decided, hey, let's put a band together. Our buddy actually drove from Pittsburgh every weekend, and we would stay at the cabin all weekend, every weekend, and practice. And the cabin is right next to Beartown Rocks. And there was this bearskin rug in the cabin, and I always I don't remember what I named it, but I'd wear it. So I tried to wear it as like a cape.
Yeah,
whatever.
I get it.
But we decided we wanted a name change, go with an official name and start playing. And we kicked around some ideas and ended up with Cabin Full of Bears.
Cabin Full of Bears. All right.
Rolled with it since.
So you have roots in Pittsburgh? Are you guys from Pittsburgh?
No, we're all from Brookville.
Yeah, okay.
Yeah, everyone's from Brookville, but Sam and Huff lived in Pittsburgh for a while, and then our previous guitarist, he currently lives in Pittsburgh, and then I played in a band previously that spent a lot of time playing in Pittsburgh and kind of in the punk rock circuit down there.
But it's nice to come back to the sticks, don't you think?
Yeah, that's kind of our thing. Is we're definitely just some hillbillies, I guess, at heart.
Well, I've been listening to you guys. It took me back actually to when I was in college radio in the late 90s. We played the AAA format, lots of Radiohead, REM, Modest Mouse, mostly bands off the beaten path. Are you guys getting any airplay on college radio now? Or
to be honest, we haven't really reached out too heavily for that.
Yeah.
We just got back together about just a little over a year ago and decided to start playing again and writing again. And so, we're still kind of getting our feet wet, honestly. But that's definitely the what we pull from our influences, 90s, 2000s.
For somebody who's checking out Cabin Full of Bears for the first time, how would you describe your sound?
I would say it's broadly indie rock. As far as what we've been doing since we got back together, we've definitely been leaning into kind of a shoegaze sort of sound. It was kind of like the little brother scene to the grunge stuff that was happening in the 90s. Mm-hmm. Kind of while that was happening in the States, in Britain, there were a lot of shoegaze bands, Slow Dive, My Bloody Valentine, and stuff like that. Yeah, we're kind of taking those textures and things and trying to incorporate it into our fundamental indie rock songwriting style. And then specifically for our release that's up on streaming platforms, for that particular record, we were kind of trying to incorporate a little bit of late 60s psychedelia and stuff like that too. Like Revolver era Beatles and Forever Changes by Love and just the classic psych records. So we kind of sprinkle that in, where we can too.
Low Frequency. Anxiety. Yeah, that's it.
It's a 7-song EP.
Great name, by the way. Another great name right there. What's that about? It's pretty good.
A lot of our songs kind of touch on certain things that I want to say existential, dread or whatever, but there's it's just that sort of never really quite goes away. And especially with living through pandemic, I feel like it's a theme that a lot of people can kind of relate.
I can relate. I know exactly what you mean. That's a great way to describe how you feel at the time. Okay, Slip a While is my favorite track from Low Frequency Anxiety. What's the story behind that song?
That one is sort of about escapism. It's a little bit,
Let Your Guard Down.
it's kind of hard to explain, really.
Yeah.
It's just kind of like, I mean, slip a while isn't even really a common term.
Right, that's what I mean.
So but it sort of brought some ideas to my head and some feelings, and then there's like some ghost imagery in there. So just sort of about like being present, but also like the desire to sort of escape.
It's kind of dreamy to me, that's that's how it made me feel. So when you talk about writing lyrics, who is writing the lyrics? Is it all you, Joel, or do you
No. We're all I would say that's probably our biggest strong suit is the fact that we all write. None of us are really virtuosos at our instruments. It's really more about crafting songs. And Sam's our other guitarist, Sam McKinley. He's probably one of my favorite lyricists in general. Huff writes a lot of the lyrics.
I'm Huff, by the way.
Oh, yeah.
I know you know me as Scott, but yeah.
Oh, you're Huff. Okay.
Everybody who knows me as Huff.
And even our bassist Justin, he's pretty green musically. He'd never even played an instrument before we, we're like, hey, why don't you try this bass on,
Well, that's the way it should be.
Yeah, it was great. And he's a quick study, but even he's brought in things.
Wow.
He's brought in like song ideas with like full lyrics and stuff, and they were good. We've used them, so everybody's capable of that. It's really nice.
Yeah, we have a nice crossover. Joel went to guitar, and Sam went to bass. I went to guitar, and Jared came back on drums, and now we're back, and now I'm the drummer, and I do some singing, and Joel and Sam are on guitars, and they do the primarily the singing, and then we have Justin, and we actually have a fifth member, Luke, who's only with us for a limited time because it's Sam's son, and he's just graduated high school, and he's going to be off to college after our next couple shows. Actually, probably after he plays BarageFest, he's going to be off to college for him.
How did Sam's son come into the fold? Was it something that just naturally evolved?
Back when Sam and I were just writing some stuff together years back, and he was very young, and he came out and wanted to show me something, and he was playing a Nirvana song he learned on guitar, and I was like, wow, that's really good. So he was learning, and then he wanted to sit on the drums, and I taught him some stuff on the drums, and I'm not saying I taught him how to play, but I taught him how to get going. He picked it up, and then now he's like plays the quints in the marching band and at school, and
you can say it. He's better than you. He's better than me.
He's good, yeah. He's good on the drums. He's good. He plays guitar with us in the band. He's really good on the guitar.
Yeah, that's the nice thing about it. Everybody's familiar with what all the other.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's a really cohesive thing to be a part of, and it's really cool for everyone to sort of understand what the other people are their roles. On top of everybody, understanding how songs work and also understanding how, the particular like vibe that we sort of are going for.
When you guys aren't rehearsing or on stage, do you have hobbies that we would be surprised about? Or
personally, I spend most of my time on the Little League bleachers.
Oh,
I have my boys play a lot of ball, and that's their passion. So I'm chasing them around from field to field most of the time.
I'm not currently. I had to resign because of my work, but speaking of that, was on the Little League board of directors for quite some time and head of umpires, and I umpired on different levels of baseball. So I was a professional disc golfer.
Disc golfer. I'll have to look that up.
Some people call it frisbee golf.
Okay, frisbee. Yeah. Okay.
But it's for disc golfers. That's like the cringed, like when people say frisbee golf, that makes your head like, no, it's not frisbee golf.
I feel like we're big on like niche interests. I don't know. I don't know why. That just occurred to me that like disc golf. Like I was pro disc golf. Like what is disc golf?
Right.
Well, disc sounds more, Olympic.
Yeah,
Well, they're not really They're like a frisbee.
it's super serious.
Yeah.
It's super serious stuff.
So you're going to do BarageFest. Is this your second year?
Yeah.
What do you think about BarageFest?
I think that BarageFest is honestly one of the best around because, I mean, some of the other, some of the more popular ones around become, a little pricey or same style bands. And BarageFest is a huge mix, really, when it comes down to it. They're incorporating the acoustic acts in between bands, so there's no downtime. And you have metal bands, you'll have, some mellower rock bands, indie rock like us. I think that Fantastic Planets along the lines of indie rock like us or psychedelic rock.
It's a really eclectic mix. It's really well organized for being something that is they put on,
garage,
and it's in Somerville, Pennsylvania, which is not exactly a hotbed for music or anything, but it's amazing, and it's multiple days. Like Huff said, eclectic. It's a good mix of original and cover.
Okay,
Good Juice playing, and they're probably the best cover band around. Like as far as party bands, those guys they rip it up. But then they have a wide selection of original artists, which I feel like that's two different worlds sometimes. Like the bar cover circuit, or even like the tribute circuit versus the world that we come from, which is a little bit more of like DIY, sort of like makeshift venues, basement shows and
house parties.
Yeah, and that's usually where original acts end up. And so it's a really cool mix of that. They do mix it up from year to year, and I know that's probably a hard decision for those guys to have to decide who's coming back and that sort of thing. But last year when we played, that was our first show back after like a 10-year, 11-year hiatus. We actually filled in for Easy Tiger. They put the word out, and I was like, we were actually getting ready for a different show, and we're like, well, I mean, we're ready, our set's ready, so why don't we reach out? And so we were able to help them out, fill in time, and
joined the lineup 2 days before the show.
Oh my gosh!
Like, I guess this is gonna be our first show. Here we go.
You must have done good because you're coming back.
Oh, we got a lot of really good feedback from it, and that was really encouraging. I mean, we weren't really sure what people were going to think. So
I've known Eric Lemon since high school, and my first band, he used to hang out with us all the time. Every show, he helped carry equipment. So I've known Lemon a long time, and when the Bears originally were first playing, he would come to a lot of our shows, and he had reached out to me for the first BarageFest. He said, "Hey, I'm thinking about doing this thing. You're one of the first people I'm going to ask. What do you think about it? Would you want to play?" And I said, "Man, that sounds like a great idea if it'll work out." I said, "But I don't really have anything going on. I haven't been playing a lot of music lately. The Bears are on hiatus. I don't really have much to offer at the time." And here we are, going back to last year's, 5 years later, we've been playing. Like Joel said, we were getting set to play one show, one event, and we were like really working to tighten it up so that, with Justin, as he said, being very green, and he's never played a show and he's nervous. And we're like, okay, we got to get this set. We're going to get this perfect so we can, not make fools of ourselves. Let's do this the best we can. And we still have a week to prepare. And then it's like, hey, guys, we have 2 days. We're playing a show. Let's do it. And so it's kind of, I think jumping in the fire like that was awesome. And
probably good for you. Yeah.
Yeah. And I think we nailed it. Everything seemed to go great. And that was like the event was, it was like, man, this was.
Felt good,
this was, this was a great event. And right away, we got asked to play. Lemon asked us to play this year. Like, as soon as we finished, he's like, "Everybody's talking about you guys." Not trying to toot our horn here. Just saying, I'm tooting, beep beep. Yeah. And he said right away, Lemon was like, "Hey man, I don't even know what to say." He's like, "You guys got to come back next year." And we were like, "Well, yeah,
sure.
We'll try to be there." And so
we don't play a lot of shows. Well, I mean, so far we haven't really booked a lot. too heavy throughout the year. I mean, we do have, like I mentioned, I have kids, and we all have other obligations and things. So we try to limit how many shows we play and be a little more selective than, maybe we would have, in years gone by. So, but yeah, BarageFest seems to be that one that's like we kind of hold it special.
Yeah.
So.
It's a benefit. So, you're giving your time for a great cause.
I don't want to put out an advertisement that, hey, the Bears play for free. But
no, but this is for a benefit.
We like to play. I mean,
right.
If we get paid, we get paid. Great paying show. We'll throw it in the band fund.
There's so many different ways to enjoy music and to bring joy to people. But we have to make sure that we're enjoying it first and foremost. And the thing that we get the most enjoyment out of is, crafting songs and spending time together. Sometimes it's a little rough going, but that process of creating something out of nothing is, that's the reason why we do it. So, and then being able to take that, do that in front of people and, share it when it gets good feedback, it just feels like it's full circle,
That's the payoff right there.
Yeah, really.
Right.
Really
You're turning them on to something completely original. That's the beauty of it. So,
and we also just jumped on the BarageFest kickoff show.
Oh, that's right. The pre-show. Yeah.
The week before, it's going to be 4 bands for that. So we're going to play those 2 weeks in a row.
You're going to be very busy.
It seems like when we book shows, we book like a bunch in a row and then take a break.
So you're going to do BarageFest this year, 2 days. What day will Cabin Full of Bears be there?
We're on Friday. I think we're slated for 7 p.m.
Okay.
And I think we're playing, Fantastic Planets right before or after us.
Right before us.
And there's that little section of Friday is going to be really, really fun. We love Fantastic Planet. Those guys are something else.
And the caliber of talent, I just want to tell, people who are listening that so far, everything I have heard from all the bands that I've talked to, just unbelievable talent. I'm telling you.
Oh, yeah.
Here's one just for kicks. Let's just pretend. If you guys could open for anyone, alive, dead, hologram, who would it be?
Wow.
I don't care.
That's tricky because whose fan base would actually enjoy it? I don't know.
Oh, don't worry about that.
Maybe personally, I'd probably say maybe Pixies.
I was about to say that, but I was stuck between Radiohead and the Doors.
I wouldn't do Radiohead.
Yeah.
I don't think I'd do Radiohead.
Yeah, I don't know about Radiohead.
Radiohead could happen,
They would. No, I would be too.
I'd be nervous.
They're too good. They're just too good. I'd say Pixies because they kind of have. They're a little looser,
Yeah.
Yeah.
They got a little. That
would be an awesome lineup. Yeah.
Yeah. For sure.
So for our listeners who just now discovered you, where can they find you?
We're on all the socials. We have an Instagram, Facebook, all that stuff. Our music's on all the streaming platforms, Spotify, Apple Music. We also have stuff on Bandcamp is a big one. Mm-hmm. You can actually support us through Bandcamp by actually purchasing the files. You actually own the files. Right. So, which I know it's still not quite like having it on vinyl or something, but it's a little bit better, if something were to happen to one of these platforms, then, you have it on your computer or whatever. But pretty much anything, if you Google Cabin Full of Bears, you probably eventually anyway.
We do have a website where we try to put up some material that is, the plan is to kind of put some things like unreleased stuff that'll be exclusive to those who join the website. We currently have a unreleased video that is exclusive to members of the website.
Okay.
We do have a couple videos on YouTube as well.
You guys do a little bit of everything then. Do you have somebody making the videos for you?
I've done a couple. I'm pretty novice at it. But
fun,
I've done just done some editing. Mm-hmm. A lot of it's like found footage or public domain stuff, and then I sort of chop it up and try to tell
music,
and sort of tell a little bit of a story with it. I'm a big fan of taking something that means one thing and then kind of taking it out of context and making it mean something else. I feel like that's where a lot of the power in art comes from.
Yeah, we have a an old friend of mine from high school, his 14-year-old son has become a huge fan of us. And he has been working. Yeah, Max. I'm going to throw a shout out to Max. He is making videos for the rest of the songs with our permission. Not officially like our official videos, but he's just making videos for fun for the rest of our
permission, man.
That's cool.
Yeah, he's made videos for pretty much the rest of the EP he's been working on, and he's gonna. I think he's gonna eventually release those. Put a page to release and then link them to us so that we can have those out there. He's done Scatter. That's the second track from our EP. It was a pretty cool video. He's been working on a few of those. So he's a huge fan, and that's pretty cool to have that.
Can't wait to see what he does as an adult, huh? What do you see?
Fan's kind of a funny word, but at the same time, like it's pretty cool. There's definitely what I would call like fan art or whatever. I don't know, it's just great, to have people that get it and care about it to some extent,
especially somebody that young, like that, and you're influence him in a positive way. Who knows? He'll probably might be a filmmaker one day. You never know.
We're still like riding on the feelings that we got back when we were kids, first discovering music and connecting with artists and with their work, and so that's what I see in that. Is what I think is really special about it is just having people that appreciate it, and there's something like sort of intangible
Make a connection.
about it.
Yeah. Gotta bringing joy somehow, some way. Make somebody smile in a way every day. That's
all it is.
Yeah, right. Especially through music. I was gonna play "Slip a While." Is that okay?
Absolutely. Sure. We happen to like that song.
we do like our stuff.
We're not sick of it yet.
Yeah. All right. I appreciate you guys talking to me today on Off the Record.
We appreciate you, Sharon.
Thanks so much.
It's Cabin Full of Bears. Go see them at BarageFest 6. July 25th and 26th. Big thanks to Scott Huffy Huffman and Joel Masters. Now you can stream their new album, Low Frequency Anxiety, wherever you get your music, and keep an eye out for their live show coming up at BarageFest 6. Want to hear more conversations with local bands? Make sure you follow, subscribe, and check out past episodes of Off the Record with Sharon Stewart on the MegaRockPA app, powered by RadioNovo. Thanks for listening to the podcast. To close us out, here's one of the tracks from Cabin Full of Bears that pulled me in. It's Slip a While on Off the Record.